Now let us use the thing that we have just learned and apply it to these two examples. You may want to pause this video and attempt this question yourself before you restart to check your answer. Please pause. Okay, let's get started. So we're asking, what is the sine of 135 degree? Well, sine of 135 degree is basically the height of the right angle triangle. So that's here. And the height here is measured as 1. So in this case, it's just 1 over in the radius. The radius is square root of 2. Right? 1 over square root of 2. How about cosine 135 degree? Cosine 135 degree, we have to look at the base here. The base in this case is -1 and the radius is square root of 2. So that's the answer. How about the tangent? Well, tangent is just the ratio of sine of 135 over the cosine 135. So this is what I have. And after simplification, this is just simply -1. Again, it's the height over the radius. And in this case, the height here is 1 and the radius is 2. Cosine, so sine 150 degrees is equal to half. And remember, that is actually equal to the sine of 30 degree. Because when you have 30 degree, they are of the same height. For example, over here, 30 degree, right? This is 30 degree. And the height of the right angle triangle are the same. So sine of 30 degree is equal to sine of 150 degree. How about cosine 150? Well, cosine 150 is the base over the radius or the hypotenuse in this case. The base here is negative square root of 3 over the radius or the hypotenuse. In this case is 2. So negative square root of 3 over 2. How about the tangent 150 degree? Well, tangent 150 degree is sine 150 degree over cosine 150 degree. So putting everything together, 1/2 over negative square root of 3 over 2. And after simplification, this is just going to be simply -1 over square root of 3. -1 over square root of 3. That's the answer. More questions. Right. First one is, what about sine of 0 degree, cosine of 0 degree, and tangent 0 degree? Well, let us explore. Where is 0 degree? Well, 0 degree is somewhere here. Right? And let us use a radius of 1 unit. So here's 1 unit. And so sine 0 degree, using our definition, that is the height of the right angle triangle over the hypotenuse, in this case the radius. The radius is set to 1. But you can see there is no right angle triangle, so the height of this thing must be 0. So 0 divided by 1, that gives you 0. So sine 0 degree must be 0. How about cosine 0 degree? Well, cosine 0 degree, in this case, should be the base over the radius. Now, you say, well, where's the right angle triangle? Well, actually, there is no right angle triangle, but if you extend the definition of right angle triangle, I can see that, well, the base actually is equal to 1. Well, this is 1 unit over 1, so the answer is just 1. So cosine 0 degree is actually equal to 1. Now, next thing is, what about tangent 0? Well, tangent 0 come from sine of 0 degree over cosine of 0 degree. And that is 0 over 1. So the answer must be 0. So now we have extended our definition to 0, 90 degree. So let's also set the radius to be 1. So here is 90 degree. So that is my, right, over here, that is 1, 0, 1. So again, there is no triangle. There is just one line or vertical line. And how about sine 90 degree? That will be height over radius. The height here is 1 and the radius is 1. So the answer must be 1. Okay. How about cosine 90 degree? Cosine 90 degree is, well, the base over radius. There is no base, so there's 0. And the radius is 1, so the answer must be 0 over 1 must be 0. And how about tangent 90 degree? Well, tangent 90 degree is sine of 90 degree over the cosine of 90 degree. That will be 1 over 0. But 1 over 0 is undefined. But this is undefined. Therefore, thus, tangent 90 degree is not defined. Right, tangent 90 degree is not defined. Okay, here there are 3 exercises. Sine of 180 degree, cosine 180 degree, tangent 180 degree. I'd like you to try out these 3 questions. Copy this into your notebook and work this out and show this to your teacher the next day. Also, don't forget to answer the question B. What's the key idea of this video and how would you define sine 225 degree? This one will be an extension of this idea. Thank you very much.